Hi guys, good day. This is Teacher MJ, and our topic for today is joint variation. So this is the formula in getting the joint variation. That is A equals K. K here is constant. B multiplied by C. So in joint variable class, you need to remember that there are 3 or more variables involved. So you can actually use any variables if you want to. It depends on the statement. So if this is the case, the formula, the statement there, that's A varies jointly as B and C. Okay, sorry, this is A varies jointly as B and C. It's written in this form. Okay, this is actually the same. A varies jointly as B and C. Now if you want to find K, you want to find the constant because there are some questions that you are asked for the constant. If you want to find K, just do formula transformation. So if you want to find K in this given equation, so A equals K B C. If you want to find K, to make it easier, just divide both sides by BC. Divide both sides by BC, cancel BC. So your K equals A over BC. So that's how you get K. Just do formula transformation. So it depends on the given problem if what would be the variables that they will use. So in our case, we just use the formula first. A equals KBC and we get K. This is the answer. Alright, but before we start with problems, let's try to translate each statement into mathematical sentence. Let's try example number 1. So we have P varies jointly as Q and R. How will you write this in how will you write this in the mathematical statement in the formula? Could you try? Alright, so this is, if this is capital letter, of course you need to copy capital P. Okay, capital P equals, this is varies jointly, so same here, A varies jointly, so A equals jointly as Q and R, so therefore you multiply Q and R. A varies jointly as B and C, same thing. So, but do not forget K. K is always there because K is constant, so K multiplied by K, small k, then Q and R. So that's your answer. Okay, if you convert each statement into mathematical sentence. How about this one? V varies jointly as L, W, and height. So this is length, width, and height. So this is actually V here is volume. So V varies jointly as length, width, and height, or as L, W, and height. How will you write this in mathematical sentence? Could you try? Alright, so this is capital V. So V equals, do not forget K, K, L, W, and H. Okay, so K equals K, L, W, and H. So that's how you write this one. So V varies jointly as L, W, and H. Could you try the last one? Alright, what's your answer? So V varies jointly as X and Y. So you can write Z varies jointly as X and Y. So we have a small z. So small z equals varies jointly as X and Y. So do not forget K, K, then X and Y. So that's it. That's how you transform each statement into mathematical sentences. Alright, so let's try to solve problem solving, or let's try to solve some questions for us to really understand it more, how to solve for the joint variation. Okay. Okay, let's try. Right. Z varies jointly as X and Y. This is X and Y. Okay, let me just put an because we don't have enough space, so let me just put n and y and z, okay, and z equals 16. Z equals 16 when x equals 4 and y equals 2. And you are told, okay, you are told, so these are the questions. Let's start question number 1. A, find z when x equals 5 and y equals 8. Alright, so the first thing that you need to do, of course, you need to translate this statement, okay, z varies jointly as x and y, for you to have the formula. So z varies jointly as x and y. Okay, let me erase our formula here. Let's change that in this given equation. Z varies jointly as x and y. So you can write this as z, okay, let me write it in blue. Z varies jointly as x and y, so do not forget k, x and y. So this is our formula in this given equation. So z varies jointly as x and y. So if we will solve this one for a, we cannot solve it directly since, okay, let me check that. Okay, z varies jointly as x and y, k, x, y. So you are told to find z, okay, this one, you are told to find z. You have your x, which is 5, and you have your y, which is 8. X equals 5, y equals 8, and you don't have the value of k, you don't have the value of z. So therefore, you cannot solve this one because there are two variables. Two variables are not given. So the thing that you will do is you need to find the constant first in this given numbers. Z equals 16, x equals 4, and y equals 2. You need to get the constant. And once you get the constant, you can now solve for this a. Okay, you can now solve for this question. Alright, let's find the constant. So if this is the formula, z equals k times x times y, or z varies jointly as x and y. So to find k, simply divide both sides by xy. Divide both sides by xy. So therefore, our k equals z over xy. That's our k. And our z, in this given numbers, the first equation, okay, the first numbers, z, 16, 4, and 2. You cannot solve, once again, you cannot solve a because we don't have the value of k and z. Two variables are unknown. So first thing is we need to get k first. So substitute the value of z, which is 16. X is 4 and y is 2. So this is 16. 4 times 2 is 8. So 16 divided by 8, that would be 2. Alright. So your k is 2. Okay. Let's write it here. Our k is 2. Now this is our k. Alright, now once you have your k, you can now solve for the formula. For the given, you cannot solve for a, or what is asked, the z. Okay, this is k is 2. Sir, can we solve for z now? Yes, because you have your k, and you are just looking for z. Now, if there's a question there, if there's a question in exam, what is the constant? So your answer is k. K equals 2. So the constant is, which is k, equals 2. So that's your answer. Now, if there's a question there, what is the equation? Okay, what is the equation? Given this statement, z varies jointly as x and y. So if there's a question in the exam, what is the equation? So your answer will be z equals, copy k, k is 2, then copy the x and y. So that's the equation. Z equals 2xy. Once again, if there's a question there, what is the constant? Your constant is 2. And if there's a question there in the exam, what is the equation? Or if there's a question, what is the equation? So your answer will be z equals 2xy. Just simply substitute the value of k, which is 2, then copy xy. This formula from this equation that we have. So that's the equation. Alright, so let's solve this one, a. So that's the equation, z equals 2xy. Okay, let me just write it here. For the equation, z equals 2xy. That's the equation. Alright, so you're told to find a. So use z. So let's find a. So, let's find z. Solve for a. So z equals, copy the formula, k, xy. So since we already have our k, which is 2, and the new given for x, which is 5, so multiplied by 5, and the new given for y is 8, multiplied by 8. Z equals 2 times 5. So 2 times 5, that would be 10 times 8, that's 80. Okay, this is 80. So that is our z. Okay, z, that's 80. Okay, so for a, z equals 80. Okay, just simply substitute the value of x, which is 5, and y is 8. Our k is 2, so 2 times 5 is 10 times 8, that's 80. Alright, let's try another question for b. So there's still another question. B. Find x when z equals 60 and y equals 4. Alright, so find x when z equals 60 and y equals 4. Alright, let's solve that. Use the formula, this equation. So z equals k xy. So since we already have the value of z, which is 60, substitute 60. 60 equals our k is 2, same k, 2. Our x, we don't have x, we are told to find x. So copy x, and our y is 4 multiplied by 4. So multiply these numbers, 2 and 4. So 2 times 4, that's 8. So 60 equals 2 times 4 is 8. So 8. 8x. Alright. Now to get the value of x, divide both sides by 8. Divide both sides by 8. So x equals 60 over 8. Sir, can we reduce this one? Yes, let's try. I think we can reduce this one by 4. So 60 divided by 4. Let's try. 60 divided by 4. 1, 4, 2. Bring down 0. 20. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 5 times 4 is 20. Right, 15. Okay, so 60 divided by 4 is 15. So reduce your answer in the low. So always reduce your answer to the lowest term. If it's fraction. So divide by 4. So this is 60 divided by 4 is 15. And 8 divided by 4 is 2. So our x is 15 over 2. So for b, x equals 15 over 2. Alright, so that's it. That's how to solve joint variation. Let's try one more example for us to really understand this one. Okay, let's try one more example. Okay, same. We will give same variables. Z varies jointly. Okay, Z varies jointly as x and y. Z equals 90 when x equals 5 and y equals 6. Okay. And A is you are told to find what is Z when x equals 5 and y equals 8. Alright. So what is Z when x equals 5 and y equals 8 given in this numbers? Given in this equation, z equals 90, x equals 5, and y equals 6. So once again, if we solve A, okay, if we solve for A, z equals same, z varies jointly as x and y, same formula, okay, x and y. So once again, we cannot solve this one. Why? Why is it, sir? Because we don't have the value of z, and we don't have the value of k, but we have x, which is 5, and y equals 8. So the thing that you will do is you will use this equation, 90, 5 and 6, you will use these numbers 95 and 6 or this equation to get the value of k first. So once again, you cannot solve A if you don't have k because there are two unknown variables. So find k in this given numbers and then you can now solve for A. So find k. Let's find k. So the formula in getting k, so divide both sides by xy, divide by xy, cancel, so k equals z over xy. So k equals z, since our z is 90, substitute 90. Our x is 5 and our y is 6. So k equals 90. 5 times 6, that is 30. So k equals 90 divided by 30, that would be 3. So our k is 3. Alright, k equals 3. So that's the constant. So now you have the constant. You can now solve for this, A. So solve for A. Now, by the way, do not forget, if you are asked for the equation, simply substitute this 3 from this given formula. So we have equation. So the equation will be, Z equals, copy the k, 3, which is 3, substitute 3xy. Alright, so let's solve for A. Substitute the value of k, which is 3. So z varies jointly as x and y, so z equals kxy. So since we have our k, which is 3 times x is 5 and y is 8, equals, so z, 3 times 5 is 15 times 8, or you can multiply 5 and 8 first, so that would be 40 times 3 is 120. So it's easy to multiply 5 and 8 first. So 5 times 8, that's 40 times 3, 0, 120. So our z is 120 for A. So for A, question A, z equals 100. Let me write it in blue. Z equals 120. Let's try one more question for this one. Okay, let's try B. What is y when x equals 15 and z equals 18? Right, so what is y? What is y when x equals 15 and z equals 18? So write the formula, z equals kxy. So our z is given 18, our k is 3, and our x is 15, and our y is being asked y. So you are told to find y. So multiply these numbers first. 3 times 15, bring down 18. 3 times 15 is 45. 45y. Alright, so 3 times 15 is 45. Copy 18, 45y. So to get the value of y, simply divide both sides by 45. So divide by 45, divide by 45, cancel. So our y equals 18 over 45. Sir, can we reduce 18 and 45? Yes, we can divide it by 9. So divide it by 9. Okay, you can divide it by 9 on the top, the numerator, and also the denominator. So to reduce this one, so into lowest term, 18 divided by 9, that is 2. 45 divided by 9, that is 5. So our answer for y, that would be 2 over 5. Alright, so that's it, guys. That's how you solve for joint variation. So if you have questions, please do leave a comment. And do not forget to subscribe in our channel and share it to your friends and to your classmates. And you do have a great day. Goodbye for now.